Hello, and this is Talia again, and I'm reading the Vampire Diaries, The Struggle. And I am on chapter 11, and we ended up right here after Damon says something about that Elena will be here. You'll be mine before the next snow flies. Elena tried to conceal the chills she felt, but she knew he saw anyway. Good, he said. You do have some sense. You're right to be afraid of me. I'm the most dangerous thing you're ever likely to encounter in your life. But just now I have a business proposition for you. A business proposition? Exactly. You came here to get a diary, but you haven't got it. He indicated her empty hand. You failed, didn't you? When Elena made no reply, he went on. And since you don't want my brother involved, he can't help you, but I can and I will. You will? Of course, for a price. Elena stared at him. Blood flamed in her face. When she managed to get words out, they would come only in a whisper. What price? A smile gleamed out of the darkness. A few minutes of your time, Elena. A few drops of your blood. An hour or so spent with me alone. You, Elena, couldn't fight the right word. You, Elena, couldn't find the right word. Every epithet she knew was too mild. I'll have it anyway, eventually said in a reasonable tone. If you're honest, you'll admit that to yourself. Last time wasn't the last. Will not accept that. His voice dropped to a warm, intimate timbre. Remember, I'd rather cut my throat, she said. An intriguing thought, but I can do it so much more enjoyably. He was laughing at her, somehow on top of everything else today. This was too much. You're disgusting, you know that, she said. You're sickening. She was sick. She was shaking now, and she couldn't breathe. I'd die before I'd give in to you. I'd rather. She wasn't sure what made her do it when she was with Damon. A sort of instinct took over, and at that moment she did feel that she'd rather risk anything than let him win this time. She noticed with half her mind that he was sitting back, relaxed, enjoying the turn his game was taking. The other half of her mind was calculating how far the roof overhung the balcony. I'd rather do this, she said, and flung herself sideways. She was right. She was off guard and couldn't move fast enough to stop her. She was right. He was off guard and couldn't move fast enough to stop her. She felt free space below her feet and spinning terror as she realized the balcony was farther back than she thought. She was going to miss it. But she hadn't reckoned on Damon. His hand shot out, not quick enough to keep her on the roof, but keeping her from falling any farther. It was as if her weight was nothing to him. Reflexively, Elena grasped the shingled edge of the roof and tried to get a knee up. His voice was furious. You little fool! If you're that eager to meet death, I can introduce you myself. Let go of me, said Elena through her teeth. Someone was going to come out on that balcony at any second. She was sure of it. Let go of me. Here and now, looking into those unfathomable black eyes, she realized he was serious. If she said yes, he would drop her. It would be a fast way to end things, wouldn't it? She said. Her heart was pounding in fear, but she refused to let him see that. Okay, and I'll continue on.